This is a horror film. But see the end, let Miss Pumpkin weeping, feeling, how great is the love of motherhood. Today I bring the thriller movie, Mom. The story begins 5 years ago, when the little girl was 3 years old and Lily was 1. Originally they lived in a happy home. Due to the collapse of the capital market, which led to the economic breakdown of the original happy family debt, the father finally killed the mother. The father took the 2 children to escape. The car skidded on the way and they fell off a cliff. Fortunately, the 3 were safe and they found a small cabin in the forest in the ice field. Victoria saw something spooky inside, but the father didn't notice. He walked in with his 2 daughters, he helped them light the fireplace and then hid in a deserted place, crying bitterly. He wanted to kill himself, but there was no one to take care of his 2 daughters. In the end, the man made a difficult decision. He took off Victoria's glasses, shed tears, and made Victoria look out of the window, ready to kill his 2 children before killing himself. And he helplessly raised his gun. Suddenly, the evil spirit dragged him into the darkness and snapped his neck. Victoria looked back. She was highly nearsighted and could not see anything, only to find that her father had disappeared. At night, her father still did not appear. They were hungry and cold. Victoria hugged Lily to warm the fire. A cherry suddenly rolled out on the floor. Victoria picked it up. There was a sound in the darkness. They looked towards the darkness. The evil spirit appeared. From then on, they have a ghost mother, the ghost mother to find them food, play with them. She taught them to overcome the beasts of the forest. They thus lived in the forest for 5 years. During these 5 years, the father's brother, Lucas, has been looking for them even after spending a lot of money and time and never gave up. He was determined to find his brother and them, and God blesses everyone who tries. On this day, Lucas finally found the hut, with the child's tender drawings on the wall and a pile of cherry pits on the ground. All signs indicated they are living here. Sure enough, 2 children like beasts, lying on the refrigerator. Lucas took them back. After months of treatment, the doctor judged them and conjured up a mother figure to protect them, sing to them, and help them brush their hair. But they were isolated from the world for 5 years, early and no human habits of any kind. The uncle took them home. They eat with their hands and sleep under the bed. Lucas walked into the room, but they were afraid to shrink into the bottom of the bed. Lucas tried to get close to them and was tragically attacked. Lucas comforted them while taking out glasses on the side of the bed. Victoria carefully reached out, picked up the glasses, and put them on. At this moment, she finally saw everything, but also see the uncle's face.
Daddy.
Victoria seems to think of the past, went up and touched the uncle's face. This moment, very warm. The next day, the institute's doctors to help Victoria do psychotherapy. Victoria said a shocking thing. The ghost mother really exists. A long time ago, the woman sadly escaped from the hospital. She held the child and jumped into the cliff. It was she who took care of them in the cabin, under the careful care of Lucas and his girlfriend Anna. Victoria has slowly regained her sanity, but Lily from the age of 1 are living in the wild. Still cannot adapt to the new environment. She is always afraid to hide behind Victoria, eating and never on the table, habitually sitting in the corner, eating cherries, and at night will also unexpectedly appear in the kitchen. Lucas and Anna do not know is that the ghost mother actually followed to live came in. That night, Lucas heard a sound in the stairwell. He went over to check. The wall, more black holes, attracted his attention. Suddenly reaching out the tentacles, Lucas fell heavily to the stairs. Anna sent him to the hospital. The future task of taking care of the 2 children fell on her body. From then on, Anna concentrated on the 2 children. This day Anna saw Victoria was crying, went up to comfort, but Victoria said, "I do not want you to be hurt." Anna was puzzled, and Victoria looked out the door in fear. Anna looked back, but found nothing. At night, Anna has a nightmare in which a crazy woman breaks into the convent. She snatches the child, kills the nuns, and is chased to the edge of a cliff. With no way to escape, the woman jumped off the cliff with the child in her arms. Anna wakes up from a nightmare with Victoria standing next to her bed. Her eyes keep staring at the bottom of the bed. She is a little confused. Just then the ghost mother crawls onto the bed and Anna is awakened again. It turns out to be a dream within a dream. The next morning, Anna saw Lily was lying under the tree sleeping. She rushed and brought her back inside. She wanted to warm Lily. Lily struggled desperately. Anna hugged Lily tightly and helped her warm her cold hands. Lily had such a warm feeling for the first time. She looked at Anna dumbly and followed Anna's example. Stretched out her hand and put it by her mouth. Anna smiled gratefully. This was the first time she had the feeling of being a mother. But Victoria was very scared to see this scene, because she knew the ghost mother was watching everything. When Anna tidied up her room, she suddenly saw the doctor's papers left at home. There was a familiar photo of the woman from the nightmare. Anna panicked. She rushed to find the doctor with her 2 children, but the doctor lost track of her long ago. After the doctor helped Victoria to do psychotherapy, he started to look for clues of the ghost mother. He came to the archives and found the relics of the ghost mother, and inside the box was actually the skeleton of a baby. In order to understand the truth, he came alone to the cabin where they grew up. Unfortunately, the search for the truth of the doctor can no longer walk out of the cabin. That night the ghost mother in the cabin, Lily cannot reach her, so Lily sleep under the tree. And at this time, the hospital has received the news of the murder of the doctor. Anna took the opportunity to take all the information, including the baby's skeleton. After reading all the information, Anna could not help but shed tears. Victoria went up to comfort. All this was the ghost mother in the eyes. Victoria felt the ghost mother's resentment. She tried to remind Anna, which made the ghost mother even more angry. She was furious and pounced on the 2 sisters. They screamed and ran away. Lily was terrified. Lily ran into the house and surprisingly locked the door. Victoria rapped sharply on the door, which did not open, and the ghost mother did not appear. She looked down the hallway in fear, but only saw Anna, who came in a hurry. Anna asked Victoria what happened. At this time, the room came from Lily's screams. They rushed in. Lily is tightly covering her ears, sitting on the floor in fear. A horrible sound came from behind. Anna turned to see. The ghost mother is crawling towards them step by step. The 3 people rushed to escape. The purpose of the ghost mother is Anna. She grabbed Anna and was about to kill Anna. The moment of crisis, Victoria said. You promised! Victoria stopped the ghost mother. Anna was not killed, but saw Lily's gesture. The ghost mother was angry. Crazy crawled to Victoria and Lily, but she did not hurt them, but removed Victoria's glasses. Just to this point, the aunt just came to visit the 2 children. Just entering the door, she saw a handful of hair running on the floor. The ghost mother had wanted to give the children a good image, but her face scared the 2 children. Meanwhile, Anna, who was in a coma, entered the nightmare again. This time, she finally learned the truth about the ghost mother. When the woman jumped off the cliff with the baby, who was hanging from a tree branch, the woman fell into the river and drowned, and she missed the baby so much that she ended up turning into a powerful ghost, treating Victoria and Lily as her children. When Anna wakes up and finds that they are gone, she opens the box with the baby's skeleton inside and prepares to head to the cabin. Meanwhile, Lux, who is in a coma in the hospital, saw his brother in his dream. His brother requested Lux to hurry to the cabin to save his baby, and Lucas and Anna managed to meet up on the way. They came to the cabin and saw the dried and twisted corpse of their aunt, while Victoria and Lily were on the cliff not far away, but the ghost mother was also here. The ghost mother opened her arms, and when Lily saw it, she stood up happily and walked step by step towards the cliff. And at the critical moment, Lucas flew at Lily, and the ghost mother pinned Lucas to the ground with one hand. At the time when Lucas was also going to be dragged off the cliff, Anna called out the name of the ghost mother and took out the wrapped child. The ghost mother flew over and hugged the child. She hunched over and returned to the edge of the cliff, looking at the child's skeleton. The ghost mother finally remembered everything. She knelt on the ground, looking for so many years, and finally got reunited with her real child. Ghost mother cried.
Mama!
But Lily said a mother woke up the ghost mother. Ghost mother saw another person snatching her child. Ghost mother again crazy, while Lux and Anna all knocked over to the ground. Victoria looked at Anna helplessly. She knew the ghost mother would not let Anna go, so she decided to leave the place with the ghost mother so that she could save Anna. But Anna quietly grabbed Victoria's hand, not wanting to let them go. Anna had long treated them as her own daughters. Eventually, Victoria let go of the hand of the ghost mother, whom she loved dearly, but she also loved the mother behind her who brought him warmth and who had already hurt too many people. This time, Victoria decided to stay. The ghost mother also respected her wishes. And Lily grew up with the ghost mother. Lily loves the ghost mother. She chose to follow the ghost mother, and finally, the ghost mother held Lily. As when she held the child, jumped from the cliff again, only this time, she and her daughter will never be separated again. They turned into the most beautiful butterflies. Perhaps Lily has long withered in the cabin. It was the ghost mother's unfailing love that saved her soul.